Hello everyone, I'm Mike Manjos and welcome to Market Wrap, a weekly overview to what's driving the luxury watch industry. So we are back in Philly after a long Labor Day weekend. It was awesome, lots of home time. I was home for 4 days. Mostly spent most of my time responding to Rolex inquiries, mostly having to say no, but that's the fun of a new Rolex intro. So 3 watches that we love this week, and last week we didn't have this segment because we did a live edition, so I'm really excited about what we've got this week. I had kind of 2 weeks to pick from, so we're going to start with an IWC. It's the Pilot's watch. Pilot's always been one of my most favorite IWCs. It's kind of a classic. Now, this particular version is a 50-piece limited edition, rose gold, black dial, was originally made for Tourneau. I've never seen one of these in the person, and it's a great piece. I love anything rose gold black, and I love the size of that IWC. I think it's a great one to have. The second piece we're going to talk about today is a Lange Moonphase. Now, this is the classic Lange size, 38.5 millimeters. White gold, but this is the black dial version. It's only came out a couple years ago. Still don't see a lot of them around. Again, black dials, I just love that Moonphase pops a beautiful Lange. Everybody knows how I feel about the brand, so I think that's a great one to add to the collection. And the last piece is a really special watch. Now, it's a stainless steel Daytona, white dial, a 16520, so a Zenith movement. But this one is an absolute time capsule. And what do I mean? I mean, it still has the stickers on it. Box, papers, tags, all the stickers all over it. Obviously, somebody bought it, put it in the vault, never took it away. I just can't imagine we'll see a lot more of these coming through because these are watches everyone wears. So to find one in this condition is just amazing. Love having that, and I'm sure it'll be gone very quickly. So last week was basically all Rolex all the time. The launch was on 9/1. We had been looking forward to this for a couple of months. Was obviously a huge success. No surprise on the new subs. It was nice to see them do the entire collection. I think we weren't sure if we'd see a couple of models and then evolve over time, but they did everything from the no date sub all the way up to the white gold. So it's nice to see that. We also didn't notice immediately, but the steel and gold blue now has a new dial. Can't wait to see that in person, figure out which one I like better. I think it's too early to tell from pictures, but I love to see it in hand. The new white gold sub, the blueberry, has had great response. And obviously, everybody's talking about Kermit. They have been all over the internet. Everybody's crazy for that piece. It's going to be the toughest one for sure. But I think the big surprise of the introduction was the OP colored dials. Nobody really saw that coming. Rolex took kind of a classic 41 millimeter no date size and the 36, did these amazing light blue dials. We call it the Tiffany blue. They did a yellow that I'm calling Jordan yellow. It's just the amazing same yellow dial that Jordan's done in their sport watches. It's just a great piece. And these have certainly become all the talk. And I think the last piece that's interesting is the Sky Dweller. Sky Dweller on the rubber strap seems to be a little overlooked. I think the yellow gold black version is amazing. Can't wait to have that on my wrist. Now let's talk the market. So obviously new introductions cause big waves in the market. When back grills were introduced, you saw a big jump up. They started at over 20 before settling in the 15 range. The steel and gold sea dwellers basically came out at retail and stayed there. The new intros are very different though. This is the first time new goods are hitting the market in 18 months, and they're hitting the market right after the introduction. Typically there's a lag time, so people kind of lose interest, but literally the introduction was done and goods are starting to hit showcases a week later. So it's going to be an amazing frenzy for a while. Kermits we've seen posted $25,000 to $30,000, which to me is crazy. Please, I'm begging you, don't spend $30,000 on a Kermit. I know as soon as these things start pushing out, and they will still be an over retail watch. They'll be 20, 22, I'm sure. I do not expect them to hold in the 30s. I think this is just a frenzy that we're going to go through for a couple of weeks and things will start calming down. We're seeing the same things with the steel sub dates. I've seen them offered around 17 to 20. Again, for a $9,000 sub, it's just too much for me right now. I think they're going to deliver quantity of those. It'll settle down. It'll still be a very hard watch to come by. It'll be over retail, but it'll not be $20,000 for a steel sub. Now the OP41s have been a huge success. I've seen the blue dial trade at 9,000. I've seen the 36s in the 7s. This actually makes sense to me because it's a really cool, distinctive Rolex. It makes an awesome statement, and it's still going to be under $10,000. So to find a Rolex that's under 10 grand, That's going to be the talk of the party, the talk of a restaurant when we can start going out again. I think it'll be amazing. I think it'll still hold at that level. And certainly Rolex has shown us once again why they are the 800-pound gorilla. They created great market excitement like no other brand can in the world. The last section we talk about always is what we are buying. I think everybody will be happy. I'm not going to talk about Hulks anymore. We know Hulks are discontinued now, so we don't have to worry about it as much. But what we are going to talk about is first the Smurf. Discontinued now because we have the new white gold blueberry, we'll call it. But the Smurf is something that's a super distinctive white gold watch. I think it'll continue to creep up in value once people realize there's very few on the market and there's not a lot around. The second piece I'm interested in is the old 114-300s, which are the OPs. They used to do a red grape. They did a grape blue piece. Again, with the flurry of new colors, I think those pieces will regain interest, and I think you'll start seeing those creep up from being a $5,000 watch to a $7,000 or $8,000 watch. And the last piece is the Daytona ceramic, but the black dial. Whites have shot up over the last few months. I'm starting to see more interest in the blacks. They were always traditionally about a $1,000 spread between the two. That had increased over the last 3 months, so I expect the blacks will start creeping up to catch up to the whites. Thanks for watching. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And always feel free to reach out to our team with any questions or inquiries about anything you see here.